Let's solve this math Olympiad-like question, which is of geometry. We're asked to find the area of this rectangle. So the area of any rectangle is basically the length times its breadth. So the length is pretty easy to find in this rectangle. Can you identify the thing that we can use to find the length? Well, you can see that these circles are aligned perfectly over here, and if you link their radii, then you can make a completely straight line across the length. Well, if we link the radii, you basically get 1 centimeter plus 1 centimeter plus 1 centimeter plus 1 centimeter, and thus the length is 4 centimeter. This was quite easy, but now let's think about the breadth. That part is a bit harder, and most people get this wrong. Let's mark the breadth along the rectangle, and this is the breadth or width of the rectangle. So what we could do is use these radii to find this. However, we can see that this circle does not perfectly align with the radii. What I mean will be clear in a second. So basically, if we take this radius and take this radius, then we only need to find the central length in order to find the complete breadth. We know the radii 1 centimeter and 1 centimeter. We do not know the central line, the dotted line that I marked. We could use this radii to find that central line. However, most people make this mistake that they just add these up and make it 4 centimeter once again. However, just adding the blue and red lines is not correct because they have this yellow line of intersection that is the additional area within them. So we cannot use these both radius and add them up to find the complete breadth. What we instead do is use a bit of smartness while linking up the radii. Now, if we just link these lines with a triangle-like shape by linking both these radii, then we can make a triangle on which we can apply the Pythagoras theorem. The reason for this is that we know this length, which is 1 centimeter. Actually, let me mark that in a different color. 1 centimeter, and we know these lengths of this hypotenuse because it's both of the radii, this radius and this radius. Thus it becomes 2 centimeter because the individual radii are 1 centimeter. If it's 1 centimeter and 2 centimeter, we can now find x with the Pythagoras theorem. So it becomes 2 square minus 1 square, and we put that under the root, and thus we get root 3 as our answer. And now we basically add 2 to that number because 2 are the remaining radius that are left in our length. So we add that up, root 3 plus 2, and now we basically need to multiply it with the length, which is 4. So 4 multiplied by root 3 plus 2 equals to the area, and thus the answer is 4 root 3 plus 8 centimeter square.